On September 12, 2023, in Douglas County, Georgia, and a deputy spots a blue Dodge Challenger with dark tint rolling on Interstate 20. On the surface, it looks like nothing more than a tint violation. And that right there is exactly the point, because what looks small on the outside can be hiding something much bigger underneath, and Georgia law enforcement, knows that better than anyone. What happens next proves exactly why you never judge a stop by how it starts. The Challenger uses all that power to pull ahead and gets a real advantage on the deputy, but then makes a move that seemed clever in the moment. He takes the exit trying to shake the tail, thinking he'd lost him, and swings right back onto the same interstate, expecting to find clear road ahead. What he didn't know was that the deputy had already read the play and was sitting right there at the entry waiting for him.
Get your hands up! Hands! Get your hands up! Do it now! Show me your hands! Hands out the window! Get your hands! Get out the window! Hands up! 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 Get on the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
The suspect hits the ground running, and surrendering is clearly the last thing on his mind. He bolts straight into the woods, thinking the trees are going to save him where the road couldn't. And the deputy doesn't hesitate for a second and goes in right after him, because at this point, this chase has gone on long enough, and it ends today, one way or another.
Show me your hands. Get on the ground. I'm going to shoot you. Get on the ground. Hey. Get on the ground. On the ground. Bubba. On the ground. We're done. We're done. Come here. Come here. We're done. We're done. You all right? Put your hands on your back.
Jeffrey Oliver Williams, 42 years old, out of Mississippi, is pulled out of those woods cuffed and booked into Douglas County Jail. But then investigators dig deeper into that Challenger, and what they find changes everything. 25,000 MDMA tablets, every single one containing methamphetamine with a street value of $400,000, sitting in a car. He tried to tell the court wasn't even his. Jeffrey Oliver Williams was convicted and sentenced to a mandatory 10 years in a Georgia state prison, followed by 20 years of supervised probation with a projected release date of September 9, 2033. On June 30th, 2022, Trooper was traveling south on I-85 near mile marker 4 in Coweta County when he noticed a red Hyundai Elantra approaching rapidly from the rear. The trooper hit his brakes and moved out of the vehicle's path as it passed. He flashed his lights to warn the driver to slow down, but the vehicle disregarded the warning and continued. The driver exited the interstate at exit 44 onto Popular Road, at which point the trooper followed and activated his emergency equipment. The driver then initiated a pursuit, making a right turn onto Popular Road. As the suspect drove in the oncoming traffic lane, he lost a tire, but that did not deter him from continuing to flee.
Careful, clear, primary, heavy further. Careful, clear. That's a little drop, that's a little drop. Careful, clear, that's a little drop.
This wheel just broke off, y'all. Watch out.
Careful, touch. Don't be down.
The trooper followed the suspect for another 3 minutes and, realizing the suspect would not pull over voluntarily, decided to execute a pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end. When the trooper executed the pit maneuver, it sent the suspect's vehicle into a ditch, causing it to roll over. The suspect then exited the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot, but was caught and arrested shortly after. He was taken into custody, bringing the chase to a close. On May 28, 2024, Kenosha police officers were in pursuit of a vehicle heading into Pleasant Prairie. The weather conditions were poor, with rain making the roads slick and visibility limited, adding significant danger to an already risky situation from the very start.
I mean, wet conditions, zero traffic, gun speed, 75 something. Just past the 108.
Right, see, I drove it.
13, good spikes.
Coming up to 116, speeds are 90, wet road, no traffic. Just advise any fair traffic if I miss it. Nothing ML traffic. Speeds are 80, wet roads.
13, it's on rims on the passenger side. Rims on passenger side.
We're coming around for a boxing. Stand by. Passing 123rd place. Right.
The suspect ignored all traffic signs and sped through the area recklessly despite the hazardous road conditions. Further down the road, in a surprising move, the passenger suddenly jumped out of the moving vehicle, while the driver continued fleeing at high speed, showing no signs of slowing down.
Full bail.
Comes back now, black 28 Genesis G80. We're on a location. Good. Okay, good. Where's Caroline's Road?
Both suspects were arrested and taken into custody. They now face several serious charges, including felon in possession of a firearm, resisting arrest, possession of cocaine and heroin with intent to deliver, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, fleeing. We all know that feeling when your shift is ending and you're ready to head home, feeling a little lighter. Well, unfortunately, this wasn't the case for this trooper. Just as his shift was about to end, he spotted a speeding motorcyclist and attempted to pull him over, but the motorcyclist wasn't having it and decided to make a run for it. With no time to relax, the trooper immediately engaged in a high-speed chase instead of heading home.
Right at about 64 hours. 64 east, north down, let
64. First back, not let Alma now.
The trooper had definitely had enough of this suspect. After a long shift and an unexpected pursuit, he was just hoping the rider would come to his senses and pull over on his own.
Well, he's about to try to fit me with his motorcycle. I don't know what to do. Eastbound,
Shibley Road. Came back is up on the motorcycle.
Speed's about 99. Bike track.
So 28, you're coming down on 71.
In a wild twist, the trooper made contact with the fleeing motorcycle, sending it up in flames. The suspect bailed out and took off on foot, but he didn't make it far. He was tracked down and arrested later that same day. But here's where it gets controversial. After the chase, the Arkansas State Police Sergeant was suspended. So, what do you think? Was the suspension fair or a step too far? What started with a man with a gun call would spiral into one of the most dangerous situations a cop can face. Around 5:49 p.m., Chicago police were hunting for 50-year-old Joseph Navarro, wanted for aggravated battery. When officers arrived, Navarro wasn't in the mood to talk. He jumped into his car and hit the gas, crossing into Indiana like he was escaping the state itself.
Get out of the car! Emergency Charlie Union 60550. Southbound on Brainerd.
Southbound on Brainerd. Charlie Union 60550. 433.
10-4 squad.
33.
433 just entered Indiana.
33, are you still pursuing the vehicle?
10-4.
Available Sergeant of 4.
Let me see your ass! Let me see your ass!
433
Officers rushed in, thinking it was over, but it was far from it. Navarro stepped out and opened fire. The quiet Hammond evening erupted into chaos as officers returned rounds, turning the street into a war zone. When the dust settled, Navarro was down, struck multiple times, pronounced dead at the hospital shortly after. Both officers survived and were treated for minor injuries. A gun was recovered at the scene, confirming what they already knew. This wasn't just another chase. It was a gunfight that could have ended with more bodies on the ground. Some run to escape justice. Others run straight in. On August 4th, 2023 in Beaumont, Texas, around 1 in the afternoon, and a man calls police after watching a stranger on a bicycle walk up to his work truck, parked on Tram Road, peer inside, and then just get in and drive away. The owner jumps in another vehicle and starts following eastbound on I-10, while Vidor Police Rose City and the Orange County Sheriff's Department all scramble to join in. Robert Tunnell, a 31-year-old who apparently saw a truck he liked, decided today was the day he was taking it, and now half of Southeast Texas law enforcement is behind him. The suspect was all over interstate, swerving across multiple lanes, nearly taking out car after car, while fluid from the trailer sprays onto oncoming vehicles at over 90 miles per hour. The stolen truck and trailer keep pushing east, with multiple units behind it, and the original owner somewhere in the mix watching his own truck get destroyed in real time. The moment the suspect takes the exit, the trooper sees the opportunity and moves fast, getting ahead and positioning himself perfectly because he already knows this driver is coming right back to the interstate. Now he has the advantage, and all he has to do is cut off every possible route back through and let the other units do the rest.
Hey, keep here, keep right there, keep back off, I got back.
Guns drawn, K-9 unit on standby, and officers surround the vehicle demanding surrender. Tunnell is pulled out and placed on the hood of a police cruiser and cuffed right there on the highway, taken to the hospital for a checkup and then transported to Orange County Jail, facing unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in Jefferson County and evading arrest with a previous conviction in Orange County, which means this is not his first time making decisions like this. On March 22, 2025, in Bryan County, Georgia, a deputy observed a white BMW speeding down Highway 144 at 72 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. The deputy confirmed the speed with his radar and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver had no intention of pulling over. and what started as a simple speeding violation would soon escalate into a high-speed pursuit. The driver was operating at an extremely high rate of speed on the curvy road. Due to the many curves, the deputy lost sight of him, but continued driving fast, trying to catch up to the suspect. But what he was about to witness just a few moments later left everyone on the road shocked.
Ride 1050, two vehicles, get to your speeding route. I need fire. I need fire. Entrapment. Look it up on our GPS.
Taking Harrisville at Park Hill 20.
Before you get to the corner, we are turning traffic around.
36 Central, I'm 23 with 23 on 7.
The driver was identified as Jimmy, just 19 years old at the time. According to reports, Jimmy was traveling at more than 120 miles per hour as he tried to negotiate an S-curve. He lost traction and collided with a Chevrolet Equinox, driven by Miss Stevens. Deputies and Good Samaritans were able to pull Miss Stevens from the wreck. She was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The BMW burst into flames after striking several trees. Jimmy suffered injuries the coroner later described as not compatible with life. It was January 30th, 2024 in Jacksonville, Florida, when just after 8 in the morning, Trooper Ackerman Carter clocks a gray Infiniti at 88 in a 55. The moment the lights go on, the driver cuts across every lane from right to left, forcing traffic to slam brakes and swerve before taking the exit onto State Road 134 and continuing the same reckless behavior through surface streets.
Look at your ass! Look at your ass! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get out your pocket! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! I swear to God! Drop it!
I don't have nothing.
I swear to God, drop it! Get on the ground! 1354!
It has nothing to do with this.
Get on the ground! Hey, just turn around and just turn around.
The suspect starts throwing plastic baggies, keeps reaching and eventually lays down, pulling a black sock from his hoodie and placing it on the ground beside him. The sock contains drug paraphernalia and syringes. A search of the vehicle turns up more syringes, 2 scales marijuana, and a small, colorful bag next to passenger Caitlin Buckner containing a white, bluish, powdery substance, which both Tobler and passenger Simmons say belongs to her. Tobler and Buckner are both transported to Duval County Jail. We usually know how these stories go. Traffic stop, lights come on, and the suspect either pulls over or runs. But what happens when the running starts before the stop even begins? Well, on September 30th, 2022, a trooper spotted a white Jeep Grand Cherokee merging onto I-85 North from Cleveland Avenue at a high rate of speed. The Jeep kept accelerating, weaving through lanes without signaling. The trooper got behind it and clocked the speed at 94 miles per hour in a 55 zone. But before a stop could even be attempted, the driver gunned it, crossing the Gore area and fleeing into the night.
Coming up to he's gonna look back on, go in.
Right, you're not taking it.
As the chase progressed, the suspect showed no signs of slowing down, driving recklessly at high speeds and showing zero regard for anyone else on the road. As the suspect began to slow down, the passenger suddenly jumped out of the vehicle, and little did he know, that would turn out to be the best decision he has ever made.
Get on and go where you got it. I got it. Can't be ready. I'm so far in the middle of it. Yes. Yes.
He's not in the car. Here he is.
When troopers arrived at the crash scene, the Jeep was overturned and engulfed in flames. One trooper grabbed a fire extinguisher and managed to put out the blaze. As the chaos unfolded, two unresponsive males were located nearby. Near the crash site, troopers also found a broken and bloody AR-15 rifle, later turned over as evidence. The two deceased suspects were identified as Broderick Dunn and Marion Clotter. The lone survivor, the passenger who jumped out moments before the crash, was identified as Montavious Lovejoy. He was taken to Grady Hospital with a gunshot wound he had sustained prior to the pursuit. On March 16, 2022, Tallahassee, Florida, what begins as a routine traffic stop quickly transforms into something far more dangerous. Troopers spot a vehicle driving recklessly through the city, endangering everyone on the road. When they move in to intervene, the driver makes a choice that will change everything. The pursuit ends violently when the trooper executes a decisive maneuver, sending the suspect's vehicle straight into a tree before it ricochets back into the patrol car. Within moments, the suspect is pulled from the wreckage and taken into custody without further incident. The streets fall silent again, and another lesson is etched into the asphalt. When you run from Florida troopers, the chase may end suddenly and brutal. On September 5th, 2025, in Russellville, Arkansas, a silver Honda Accord rockets down Sparksford Drive, pushing 50 in a 30. What should have been a simple traffic stop quickly turned into something else entirely. The driver was identified as Nathan Jose Aleman.
It's a silver Honda passenger rockets. We're going south towards the interstate on 1.
We're 27, stand by, that camp. Your day, 1060, very accurate.
Turning east on I-40. Boy Frank Mary, Fort 1 Young.
On the interstate, Aleman cranked the Accord to 130 miles per hour, weaving across lanes, blasting down the shoulder and turning rush hour traffic into his personal slalom course. But it seemed he was a little bit unfamiliar with the route, which he will show as the chase progressed. Exiting at Pottsville at over 100 miles per hour, he skipped a stop sign and went airborne off a curb before bouncing into a commuter lot, somehow regaining control and swinging back onto U.S. Highway 64.
He's crashed out,
Crashed out, 236.
1022, he's going east on 64 now. I got a lot of smoke coming from his vehicle. No.
Driving.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Turn around. Get on the ground. Now, face down.
A precise strike to the driver's side sent the Honda spinning into a ditch, finally bringing the chase to an end. Taken into custody with no further fight, Aleman was transported to the hospital before being booked on a stack of charges, from felony fleeing to reckless driving and speeding over 130 miles an hour. July 2nd, 2023, just after 2 in the morning, and a trooper spots a blue 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack that Atlanta police had already reported stolen earlier that same night. The moment it turns onto West Wesley Road, it immediately accelerates, and just like that, a 2 a.m. patrol becomes a pursuit through the streets of Atlanta.
Atlanta, he's taking off on me. I'm 1080. West Wesley, coming up the north side. West Wesley, north side. Atlanta, you clear? I'm 1080. West Wesley with that 1099 vehicle. right, we're coming up the north side. We are passing north side. He's losing it. Stand by. All right, he got it back. Still on West Wesley. Still on West Wesley. All right, coming up to a light right here. Actually, it's the stop sign. The stop sign is clear. Nobody's there. We are safe.
Both the suspect and the trooper momentarily lose it, but recover. And right there, that tells you everything you need to know about where this chase is headed. The suspect makes it clear he is willing to risk absolutely everything, and the danger level climbs to a point where for just a brief second, the trooper considers stepping out of the pursuit. But he stays in and keeps the pressure on because letting this one go simply is not an option.
Get somebody to him, 1018. This Challenger's not going to last much longer, I don't think. Now we're going through another stop sign that's clear.
Go westbound, turn around.
We're clear to pass. Still south, Moore's Mill, south on Moore's Mill. Still on South Atlanta Road now, South Atlanta Road. Hit attempt, no good. He's lost a wheel. Hit attempt, no good. He's lost a wheel.
The Challenger is absolutely beaten up at this point, and the trooper can hardly believe what he is seeing. But as surprising as it is, the trooper knows one thing for certain. A car that damaged can only go so far, and the clock on this suspect is ticking down faster than he realizes.
He's giving it all she's got on 3 wheels here, so stand by. He might 1050. Ooh, we barely missed it. Still going. Oh, stand by. He keeps trying to turn. He can't do it. So we're staying on Atlanta Road. So now we're northbound on Atlanta Road. Whoever get here as quick as you can and try to take over. I don't know if my car is going to make it. Another pit attempt. Spinning out. Now he's got it back. He's going to be bailing Atlanta. Two black males bailing on foot, Westwood Road.
3 suspects bail out on foot, disappearing into a neighborhood, jumping fences, and vanishing into backyards before the trooper can close the distance. A perimeter is set, K-9 units deployed, clothing and a backpack scattered along the route, but all 3 suspects are gone into the night. Multiple stolen items, firearms, and illegal narcotics, all sitting inside a car that wasn't theirs to begin with. On December 17, 2023, the driver of a gray Dodge Charger turned a simple traffic stop into a reckless, high-speed pursuit. After being spotted racing through a red light and driving over 140 miles per hour in a 55 zone, when the trooper activated lights and sirens, the Charger sped up even more. The suspect was driving so fast and reckless that even with the trooper pushing his patrol car to the limit, he struggled to get close. But traffic eventually worked in trooper's favor, forcing the suspect to slow down just enough for him to catch up. With the trooper now locked onto the suspect's tail, it was only a matter of time. One small mistake, and just seconds later, it happened. The trooper exited his patrol car with his service weapon drawn as the passenger fled on foot. The driver, Jalen Camarena Davis, also ran, jumping fences and hiding in a backyard. Officer Sanchez with Palm Beach Gardens PD located Davis hiding in bushes. Davis was carrying the car keys and admitted the Dodge Charger was his. He was taken into custody and booked into Palm Beach County Jail for burglary, fleeing and eluding, hit and run, no driver's license, DWLS, and reckless driving.
Just wrecked out. Hit one vehicle.
Some suspects are willing to do whatever it takes to escape law enforcement. That's exactly what happened on July 25th, 2023 in Dallas, Texas. Ryan Taylor stole a U-Haul truck and intentionally backed into an undercover vehicle, deploying the airbags and shoving it into a fire hydrant. Officers attempted to stop him, but he hit the gas and took off.
10-4, he rammed a cover vehicle. Highway on DNT. We're still southbound on Dallas North Tollway.
Ryan Taylor was literally sideswiping every car he passed, leaving officers stunned. They had chased plenty of suspects before, but ones like this were rare. Understanding the extreme danger he was causing, they knew they had to find a way to stop him as soon as possible.
We're coming up to the Mockingbird exit. What the f***? He's hitting so many. Just kind of stay back a little bit.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Still going southbound on DNT.
On there.
I don't have.
We need to notify the tollway of what kind of vehicle, sir.
Going to be going westbound at 2500 White Cliff, coming up to me. Up, sir, don't be stupid. Oh my God!
This chase had spiraled out of control for officers long ago, and on top of all the collisions, the suspect got blocked by heavy traffic and crashed into 2 more vehicles, bringing the total count to 13 cars hit during the pursuit.
Wrecked out, just wrecked out. Hit 1 vehicle. Let's get somebody to check him out. 6700 Lemon is left.
After the crash, the suspect bailed out of the truck and took off on foot, desperate to escape. But officers were right behind him.
Police! Police, stop! Shots fired! Drop the gun! Show me your hands! Crawl out here! Crawl out here! Crawl out here! Land your stomach! Do not move!
Bravo 534, we need some officers out here to cover the perimeter and all of the doors of this hangar.
Taylor wasn't going down without a fight. He fired twice at the officer. Officer Kenan Craven returned fire, striking Taylor in the leg. He was quickly taken into custody and transported to a local hospital. Fortunately, no officers were injured and no civilians in the vehicles he crashed into reported injuries. Officers recovered the stolen handgun Taylor used, and he now faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and evading arrest in a vehicle. This incident occurred southbound on September 21st, 2024 on Stanton Road near Baseline. The Little Rock Police Department requested assistance in a pursuit involving a vehicle, which they reported as stolen. At approximately 11:21 p.m., Trooper arrived on scene and became the primary unit in the pursuit initiated by Little Rock Police Department.
We're still southbound on Stanton. Speeds are about 60 miles an hour. We'll be approaching Baseline here shortly. Little Rock, when you're out. 37, we're approaching Baseline now. State second primary. Let's down on Baseline. Baseline is down. TBI. Southbound Jeep, front skirt, right southbound, behind the Dollar General.
Get down, I'm taking! Get down, I'm taking! Get down, I'm taking! Get down, get down! Get down on your face! Get down on your face now! Get down on your face now! I'll shoot you! Get down! Do not move!
Trooper performed a successful TVI on the suspect vehicle, causing it to come to rest in the middle lane of Baseline. 2 suspects fled on foot from the vehicle. Little Rock Police Department pursued the driver while Trooper followed the passenger. The passenger ran several yards west on Baseline, but Trooper quickly apprehended them. The passenger was released into the custody of Little Rock Police Department. The driver, Jabron Lewis, was charged with theft by receiving, failure to stop after accident with injury or death, criminal mischief, and fleeing. During this pursuit, Florida Highway Patrol found themselves in a multi-county chase. The suspect was spotted driving recklessly, prompting the activation of lights and sirens. However, the suspect failed to stop, leading to a high-speed pursuit.
Guys, don't press the box. He's trying to avoid a box himself. You don't want to get hit by him.
Due to the suspect's reckless driving, multiple patrol cars became involved in the pursuit, all working together to bring the chase to an end.
Please.
What the f*** is going on?
93 miles an hour outside lane, they slowing down. 66 miles an hour.
What in the
inside lane?
What are you guys doing, man?
After 5 minutes, one trooper managed to get closer to the suspect vehicle, becoming the closest to bringing the chase to an end. Stay tuned to see if he succeeds in stopping the suspect.
Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss, bro. Ain't a good time now.
Traffic light with speed.
Back off, Governor, back off. Spike strips. We're approaching inside lane, approaching 300.
Now we're coming up to the City Road 50 exit. Runway 90 miles an hour, approaching Brooksville.
Now it's the exit ramp. Taking the exit.
The trooper missed 2 opportunities to execute the pit maneuver, and after 5 minutes, another trooper decided to take over the pursuit to get the job done. The trooper executed a successful pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to roll over into a ditch. Troopers surrounded the vehicle within seconds and arrested the suspect, taking him into custody without further incident. Trooper Matthew Price was on a routine traffic stop when he was notified about the pursuit of a stolen truck. He quickly returned to his patrol car and joined the chase as the secondary unit.
Speed's 100. Into a red light. Traffic's light. Clear left, clear right. I think it looks like a rental truck. Speed's 90. Passing old Concord. 21's trying to do it for a bit.
Yeah, below Concord.
Speed's 100. We're coming up to city limits now.
As the primary trooper in the pursuit accelerated, the suspect slowed down, giving the trooper behind the opportunity to execute a pit maneuver. However, the suspect somehow regained control and continued fleeing.
Order 21, if you take a little break, I'll see if you'll slow down some and we'll just try to get the car. Until you get there, you find the safe space to bid. Go ahead if you slow down.
Coming up to exit 20.
Okay, boy, exit 22 on 54.
Yeah, we're eastbound on 64, coming towards Mulberry.
Okay, boy, eastbound 54, come in, Mulberry.
We continued on past the Dollar General, speed's 85. 21, you're going to have to get up here. Earl Lane, it looks like, Earl Lane.
Troopers were close to ending the chase several times, but the suspect always managed to recover. However, the troopers remained determined, giving their best to stop the suspect.
He's passing somebody on the right shoulder. Speed's 100, past the Mulberry. Okay, roll over. Correction, you got him pitted out. Pitted out.
Finally, the trooper executed pit maneuver that successfully stopped the suspect. The suspect and passengers were both arrested and taken into custody, bringing this wild chase to an end.
Good job, guys.
On July 24, 2022, Trooper Gabe Chambers received a report of an ongoing pursuit in his area. He activated his emergency lights and sirens and began pursuing the suspect as soon as he was in position.
On, police coming up on Dixieland.
What's his speed?
Just took you north on Dixieland, passing Ferry. It's gonna be APL 3, going west, and then they release that end.
The suspect and his girlfriend exited the vehicle and were both arrested. When the driver was asked why he fled, he claimed he was angry after an argument with his girlfriend. However, that certainly wasn't the best excuse. Both were arrested and taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. On April 15, 2022, Arkansas State Police were involved in a pursuit after a driver ran a stop sign in front of the trooper and failed to stop when the trooper activated emergency lights. For whatever reason, the driver refused to pull over. Moments later, he made a left turn and came to a stop. The trooper, clearly frustrated by the driver's failure to stop when the emergency lights and sirens were first activated, was not pleased at all.
Show me your hands. What you think this is?
Oh, man,
walk back to me.
Oh man, I just want to.
I said walk back to me.
Sir, I don't want no problems coming to the house, sir.
No, you don't keep going. I pull you over. Walk back to me.
I ain't got nothing. I promise I don't.
Light you up like a Christmas tree.
Man,
come back here.
To the house, sir. I promise.
What your problem is, man? You seen me light you up back there?
Yeah, I know. I just coming to the house, sir. I don't want to.
Spread your legs.
I know. I ain't got no license. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't keep going. I put my lights on you.
And I apologize for this. I'm sorry.
You got on, you gonna poke me, stick me, anything like that.
The driver did not have a driver's license, which was the reason for not stopping. However, he was arrested and taken into custody without further incident.
On December 21st, 2021, at 12:13 p.m., while patrolling Jimmy DeLoach Parkway, Trooper overheard officer from Pooler PD request assistance from the Georgia State Patrol during a pursuit of a stolen vehicle. The chase moved onto I-95 southbound from Pooler Parkway, followed at a safe distance to assist when needed. Initially created distance from the troopers with his high speed, but they quickly closed the gap and caught up to him. As the suspect attempted to overtake busy traffic on the right, he lost control of his vehicle, but managed to regain composure and continued his flight. It's important to emphasize that we do not condone this behavior. Everyone should learn from the mistakes made in this episode.
Get off the 99. Everybody know we're getting off at the
As the suspect attempted to make a U-turn, he was struck by another trooper, followed by a second impact from a pursuing trooper. This was sufficient to bring him to a stop, leading to his arrest.
On September 30th, 2022, Trooper observed a white Jeep Grand Cherokee entering I-85 North from Cleveland Avenue. The Jeep was traveling at a high rate of speed, accelerating further and changing lanes without using a turn signal. After getting behind the vehicle, the trooper estimated its speed to be over 90 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. Activating his lights and siren, the trooper paced the Jeep at 94 miles per hour. In response, the Jeep sped up, crossed over a painted gore area, and fled the scene, prompting the trooper to pursue. The suspect was initially traveling at a high rate of speed, but suddenly slowed down, allowing two passengers to exit the vehicle and flee on foot. However, the driver quickly accelerated again, resuming the high-speed chase. The pursuit continued as the trooper followed the suspect, now determined to apprehend the driver while the two fleeing passengers attempted to escape on foot. Sergeant Tarpley used the pit maneuver to stop the Jeep, which then crashed off the road and overturned, catching fire. Upon arrival, the trooper extinguished the flames and found two unresponsive suspects nearby. He put on gloves and applied a tourniquet to one suspect's leg while Sergeant Tarpley performed CPR on him when he stopped breathing. A broken and bloody AR-15 rifle was located near the suspects. One suspect, Montavious Lovejoy, was transported to Grady Hospital by Grady EMS due to a prior gunshot wound. On November 17, 2023, Florida Highway Patrol observed a black Mercedes SUV traveling at a high rate of speed and making unsafe lane changes. When they activated their emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop, the driver accelerated and fled the scene, initiating a pursuit.
Northbound on Northwest 22 Ave is going to be a black SUV.
The suspect was traveling at an extremely high rate of speed, making it challenging for the trooper to catch up to him during the pursuit. The trooper finally caught up to the suspect and rammed his vehicle, causing the suspect's vehicle to turn into a parking lot and come to a stop. The trooper immediately exited his patrol vehicle and arrested the suspect, who was taken into custody without further incident. On August 19, 2022, troopers from the Michigan State Police pursued a stolen vehicle occupied by juveniles as it traveled through the city of Grand Rapids and into the city of Wyoming.
Westbound, please. Now, westbound.
After receiving a report of a stolen vehicle, Michigan State Police quickly located it. Upon approaching the vehicle, they activated their emergency lights and sirens, but the suspect failed to stop and accelerated away.
Southbound eastern.
Southbound eastern. Through Hall, southbound. Southbound through Oakdale, CC.
The suspect quickly reached speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, running red lights and stop signs, showing a blatant disregard for the safety of other motorists on the road.
Come up 28th Street.
Trooper 2 is overhead.
Somebody's crashed.
As the suspect approached another intersection, he collided with another driver but continued to drive as if nothing had happened.
Cell phone. So they're still southbound, and they're setting up for a westbound shot. Westbound on 32nd. From Eastern. Looks like he lost a clear out the passenger side. Westbound on Eastern, passing Union. Going to be southbound on Division.
The suspect made a left turn at the intersection and lost control of his vehicle. Realizing the situation, he exited the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot, followed closely by the passenger.
Too slow, my man.
The suspect was apprehended and arrested while the passenger continued to flee but was captured shortly afterward. Both were arrested and taken into custody. On March 6, 2021, while on patrol in Fulton County, Trooper monitored traffic at Andrew Young International Boulevard and Centennial Olympic Park Drive. He heard a vehicle doing a burnout and confirmed it was a black and red Dodge Charger. Trooper activated his emergency lights as the Charger turned onto Centennial Olympic Park Drive. Despite other troopers blocking its path, the driver accelerated, fleeing up Lucky Street. Trooper notified Troop C Communications of the pursuit as they turned north onto Ted Turner Drive.
1080, 1080. You go 1050 right here. He just ran the car.
Ted Turner, press was immediate, please. Just running off to Ivan Allen Jr. Bullhorn. Bay Army just wrecked into a vehicle on Ivan Allen.
Get on the ground! Okay, get on your stomach! On your stomach! Hold up, stop!
The Dodge traveled into oncoming traffic and struck a vehicle stopped at the light, becoming disabled. Trooper exited the patrol car, drew his firearm, and ordered the driver out of the vehicle. The driver, identified as Jimmy Turner, was taken into custody without further incident. On September 23, 2024, Trooper Dobbins was patrolling Grand Avenue when he observed a green Chevy Cruze with Arkansas plates driven by Dylan Matthew Anderson. Knowing Anderson had confirmed outstanding warrants, Trooper Dobbins activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop at North 32nd and Grand Avenue. Anderson, however, continued southbound at low speeds, ignoring the lights and sirens. He then accelerated, attempting to flee, and turned left, heading eastbound on Kincaid Avenue.
Rolling southbound. 10-4. 23.
We're slow rolling, still southbound.
Yeah, we're 1037.
10-4.
On your gate, going back east. Hey, you can do something out there.
The pursuit didn't last long as officers quickly executed a pit maneuver, bringing the suspect's vehicle to a stop.
Turn your head to the left! Turn your head
The suspect was successfully arrested and taken into custody without further incident. On September 20th, 2022, in Palm Beach County, Florida, the Florida Highway Patrol found themselves in pursuit of a motorcycle after the rider failed to stop when troopers activated their emergency lights and sirens due to his excessive speed.
He's northbound, approaching North Lake, still in the H80
The motorcycle initially pulled far ahead of the police due to its high speed, but in a surprising turn, the rider stopped at a traffic light. This allowed 2 patrol cars to catch up, and the rider was quickly arrested.
Get off the bike! Get off the bike! Get over there! Get off the bike! Get over there! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
On October 6th, a possible homicide suspect from Michigan was apprehended by the Ohio State Highway Patrol after a pursuit on I-75 southbound. Just before noon, OSHP received notification that Michigan State Police were chasing the suspect, identified as 33-year-old Ronald McLaurin from Warren, Michigan, as he approached the state line. Troopers successfully took over the pursuit near Wales Road in Northwood, ensuring a swift resolution to the dangerous situation.
Lane 115, traffic moderate. 120 left lane. Passing 195 now. We're catching the traffic ease. Passed on the shoulder, 112 on the shoulder.
Spikes are set.
39 on spikes.
Crossover just off of the what's the clearest 192.
Okay. 117 left lane.
The trooper continued the pursuit of the suspect while another officer strategically positioned spike strips ahead, preparing to deploy them as the suspect approached. With tension mounting, the scene was set for a critical moment in the chase.
Passing on the shoulder, 24.
Trying to get north of the 164. That's too far out. Alright, I'm gonna try and get up north Baltimore. Okay.
About the 183 south, 115 miles an hour left lane.
Clear side. Be ready to come in once it comes down.
I still have MSP behind me. Passing on the shoulder, 150 miles an hour, 23. Passing the second car on the shoulder, 115 miles an hour.
The suspect was driving recklessly, weaving between vehicles on the shoulder and maintaining a high rate of speed. After 10 minutes of relentless pursuit, he approached the position of the trooper who was poised to deploy the spike strips, ready for a decisive intervention in the escalating chase.
Here, 171.
690's out of it, it's got spiked.
The suspect avoided the spike strips, but the trooper trailing him struck the strips and was forced to abandon the chase. However, multiple patrol cars remained engaged in the pursuit, ensuring that the operation continued in an effort to apprehend the suspect.
539. South Concord 167, Mike 164.
Uh, 18 going eastbound, stretching westbound.
Westbound on 18.
The suspect abruptly turned into a gas station, exited his vehicle, and fled on foot, creating a chaotic scene as officers quickly mobilized to apprehend him.
I'll let inside that building.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get your dick, get on the ground! Get him, get him, get him, get him! Get on the ground! Get your hands on the ground! Right now, get on the ground! Get your hands up! Get down! Get down! No weapons! Stop! No weapons! Alright, so no weapons! No weapons! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Give me your hand! No weapons! Give him hands! No weapons! Give me your hands! Okay. Cover! Cover!
The suspect was successfully arrested and taken into custody without further incident. On September 15, 2022, Trooper Bird was on patrol when he spotted a truck that raised suspicions. He ran the plates and realized they didn't match the vehicle, later discovering it was stolen. When Bird tried to pull the truck over, the driver made it clear he had no intention of stopping.
Passing on his shoulder. Moving in the number 1 lane, passing by Evelyn. Speeds 110.
If you can't come back up, take ground races to your mark unit.
Coming up North Interchange.
108, medium traffic. Coming up.
The suspect drove recklessly, showing zero regard for the safety of others on the road. Trooper Bird stayed right behind him, just waiting for the right moment to bring this chase to an end.
Secondary, I got the radio. It's right 40. Can you get a chance to get back to traffic? Hit it. We're out, that's 156, 107. That's 156, 107.
Wow, what just happened there? Trooper Bird saw his opportunity and didn't hold back, executing a pit that sent the suspect into the median and across to the other side of the road. Backup units quickly moved in, cutting off any chance of a foot escape and taking the suspect into custody. Trooper Bird has pulled off some wild pits, but this one is definitely one to remember. The worst way to fail at impressing your girlfriend. On July 9th, 2022, Trooper Bird spotted a Dodge Charger blowing past the speed limit. He quickly moved in behind the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver didn't hesitate, and the pursuit quickly spiraled out of control.
South on Shackford, Crystal Conway.
South on
Got a front right passenger.
The passenger could be seen sticking his hands out of the window, maybe trying to signal he wanted out, but the driver wasn't stopping. Pushing the Charger over 100 miles per hour, the suspect was making this pursuit more dangerous by the second. But if there's one thing we know, it's that a chase is in safe hands when Trooper Bird is involved.
What's your state, I think?
We just turned right to go back to the stagecoach. We're on stagecoach change over 30. Speeds 80. Light traffic. Speeds 100. Trying to get into a neighborhood and back to turning on stage show. Speed 70.
Show me your hands!
If there's one thing that's become a constant in these chases, it's how quickly Trooper Bird shuts them down. The way he brings these pursuits to an end is absolutely incredible.
Right now! Right now! Quit talking. Keep your hands up!
I just put him out at Lane Hart. All you had to do is stop and take a ticket. Now you're going to jail. Everybody just keep your hands up. Step out, face away from us. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Turn around. Turn around. Walk backwards to me. Turn around, walk back to me. Walk back, walk back, walk back. Get her. Step out. Face away from me. Face away from me.
Trooper Bird arrested all the occupants and took them into custody, bringing this wild chase to an end.